Too.
Oh,
I got the heat on, I think.
what?
I think it's okay. All
Well,
right, I'm
make
cool.
sure turn it off when we're live, but turn it off during the the
Oh
promo
yeah.
because you're
Yeah,
gonna
got
burn up. It's 80 degrees out.
you know I'm in shorts. You know that.
And I ain't got nothing on.
That's what I'm talking about.
Welcome to Tangy. Someone yarning? Wait,
Mm-mm-mm.
yarning.
No, I'm breathing hard. I went and moved the temperature.
Oh,
It was when I put it on 72. It was 75 on air.
okay. Welcome to Tangy Tea of Life, everyone. This is where we talk about any and everything. I am your host, Veronica.
Give yourself a bell. Uh-huh. You ain't jumping me. Give yourself a bell. Miss I you think you gonna chump me tonight? I know you got that little talk.
Yeah, but I shouldn't have to give the bell to myself,
That's
Fatima.
true, but I just wanted you to let you know that I know that you got a bell.
Mm-hmm.
But
Okay.
I got something coming. Not tonight, but I got something coming for you. Trust me.
Come
Ooh.
on now. We don't need no bullhorn.
No, I don't know. It'll be something nice.
Oh,
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
okay. Well, welcome, 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 everyone to Tangy Tea of Life. Like I said, this is where we talk about any and everything. I have my co-host, Victor Ain't Shit White.
Oh shit! I don't see the smiley creamy S face there.
Victor is with us tonight.
Appreciate it, team.
Oh, this what we done tonight? That was not for teen. That was I gave you the bell.
I gave him more bells than you did.
Thank you, Veronica.
You're welcome.
Oh damn!
And we have Brother Fatine all the way from New York WBLS radio station.
There you go.
What's going on, good folks?
We in the
How
house.
was your weekend? How was your day? Well, welcome, welcome,
That's you talking.
welcome. Yeah, we here.
You asked how was our weekend. I'll let Victor go first.
Um, my weekend was uh, I went to two memorial functions with, which is I hate that people have to come together over sad celebrations, but it was decent. Saturday I went and for the Travis Hunter memorial celebration in Hartsville, and then Sunday we went to viewers mother sitting up. Me and Fatine went. Veronica wasn't able to make it, but it was good seeing people, and we had really good conversations. So that's about it for me.
Yeah. And I just was going to say, our prayers and condolences go out to our sister. She put it on Facebook, so it's pretty much known that she lost a mom. She's been a guest with us before on the show, Sister Emily. And our prayers and condolences go out to her. And Victor's right. We came in around. That's what we do. We're supposed to surround people in their dark hours. And we were well received, and we received their family very well and friends. And I'm just glad that we could go out there and show support.
Yes. Well said. Well said. It's been sadness all around, right?
Yeah. Oh, Marvin joined us. We can't leave Marvin out. Marvin was there.
Yes, Marvin was there. My cousin actually buried her husband today.
Mm,
Mm.
sorry about that.
So yeah, prayers definitely going out to all families who are grieving
Hmm.
right now. Hearts and prayers.
Oh yeah.
What's going on, Jason? Hey, Sly. Thank you for the stars, Sly. Thank you. Hey, Miss Rainey. Hey, Doretha. Hey, Thomas. Thank y'all so much for joining us tonight. We appreciate each and every one of you for joining us tonight. I don't know why I felt I was all chipper, and then we started talking about death, and it's like,
Hmm.
Well, I was just saying that we came together during celebrations of life, and we really had very lively conversations. Once again, um, me, Marvin, and Jason had a. I'm telling you, them. If we can ever get them together and just all I'm gonna say is conversations flow when it's a lot of times when it's not cameras, and some people are shy. But I told Marvin Sunday, like anytime I've ever talked to Jason, I always feel like I learned something. And I ain't saying he's shy, but that guy or that brother has a lot of important things to say. And he is motivation to me. Even though he's younger than me, he is motivation to me. I will say that, and I ain't afraid to say that.
yeah. Well, shouts out to Jason. Y'all can learn a thing or two from Jason. So keep talking to him and keep listening.
Most deaf.
All right. Well, we do have an email letter tonight. Once again, welcome everyone. Thank you all for joining us on this Tuesday. We appreciate each and every one of you. Some comments I can't see. Like
Like what?
I see where Sydney is commenting. My comments aren't coming up, guys.
Sydney
Well,
said hello, y'all.
yeah. Thank you, Jason. And right now, Sydney, hello, and then Jason. I learned a lot from you too.
Mm.
That's it. That's all the comments so far
Okay.
on the Facebook side.
Alrighty. Well, um, it was a beautiful day today, right? It was in the 80s here in South Carolina, baby. Spring is around the corner. So, I'm sorry, huh? Someone said something.
It was like that in Florida, and I watched the show sporadically from Universal. There was a Mardi Gras parade, so watching the parade, I tuned into you guys a little bit, and very interesting conversation.
Yeah,
Very interesting conversation. I don't need to hash that back up now, but it was good to have the brothers out there and they're having their conversation out there. So it was really good, and Veronica, doing her thing on it, poking, poking at times. Oh, wait a minute.
oh,
Wait a minute.
oh, hold up.
Who was that woman in that yellow walking? Who was that? Where were you? Yeah, Vogue. Where were you? Excuse me. That's an uplifting moment. And I saw some very nice outfits out there, some nice pictures and everything. Talk to us.
Oh, well, I did do that this weekend, right?
Yeah.
Well, it was the Sweetheart Ball, and it actually was a Mary Kay event.
Hmm.
So, a group of ladies got together for their Mary Kay group, and we had a great time. I was invited to come out and model, so of course I didn't turn that down. At first, I was a little hesitant, but then I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and strut my stuff out here in these streets. But no, I had a great time. It was I mean, it was good seeing everyone just come together and just having a nice time. You know, the food was delicious, and it was an older crowd, which I don't mind at all. But we had a great time. We had a great time. So yes.
Did anyone get what Aretha Franklin sung about? Did anyone get a pink Cadillac that day?
Actually, the lady that had this was her event, Miss Ella. I hope I'm
Uh-huh.
saying the name. Miss Ella. Miss Ella has 17 Mary Kay cars. She has
Woo!
won 17 cars so far. So she is definitely doing her business in the Mary Kay business. Yes, she is doing it. So shouts out to Miss Ella and all the ladies that were that's up under her selling Mary Kay, you know. But I had a great time. I actually didn't know it was a Mary Kay event until I actually got there, and I was like, what exactly is this sweet heart ball about? And that's when they, explained to me that it was a Mary Kay event. So it was a great event though. It really was. I had fun. I did.
Hmm. I see you picked up some lipstick from Mary Kay. Okay, good,
I did not.
nice.
This is my same.
Oh, oh, look at Victor's eyes.
This is my same MAC lipstick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right. Hey, Patricia. All right. So we're gonna jump into this letter. Um, let's just jump into it. I'm gonna be.
Let's go.
All right. So here we go. Dear T family, I love watching your show. Thank you. I'm actually writing on behalf of my cousin in hopes of helping her and myself. She watched the show from time to time, so hopefully she will be watching when you have a chance to read this letter. My little cousin is in a tough situation and I feel really bad for her. She is 32 years old. I'm 48, so I always say little cousin. Anyway, I hope you and your audience can give her some advice. Keep in mind before you judge her that we've all made bad choices and decisions in this lifetime, and I know she is not the only one. So, that being said, my cousin is in love with a married man and is carrying his child. What? Victor? Vi- I'm the only one, excuse him. I'm the only one in the family that knows about this. I was hesitant at first, but I am the only one who introduced the two of them. It was at my mom's birthday party about 2 years ago when my cousin came to town for the party. I was told by both of them that they stayed in contact afterwards and became very close. They would take trips to see each other because my cousin lives in another state. In between those visits, she ended up pregnant. This guy is 50 or 51 years old. I cannot remember, but what I do know is that he is playing games, in my opinion. He told the both of us that he and his wife were going through the process of getting a divorce. That is the only reason why I introduced them in the first place. Well, recently he told my cousin that he was getting back with his wife and could not see her any longer. I've never seen a person so broken. My cousin have not been eating or getting a little sleep. I've been I've been trying to talk to her in hopes of getting her spirits back up, and some days those talks seem to be working, but other days not so much. It is really hard because we live in different states. He will not answer my calls and he avoids me at work. I do not want to make a scene at work because we work in a very professional environment. What should I do at this point? I'm sad for her and what she is dealing with. I feel as though I'm the one that started this mess, and any advice you give will help. So see, this is one reason why I don't like trying to hook people up, because when stuff goes south, north, east, west, whatever you want to call it, I'll be right in the middle. I don't want that. I don't want that, because this right here is messy. And I know she, like she said, she feel bad because she feel like that she is, she's the blame because she is the one that, introduced them, whatever. But what more can you do? What more can you do but be there when she calls? Try to visit her as much as you can. I don't know your work schedule. I don't know if you work weekends. Like I don't know, but at this point, she definitely need you, because like you said, no one else know, no one else in the family know what is going on. So right now you just need to be that cousin. You call her little cousin. You call her little cousin. So evidently, you all got to be close. She shared this with you that she is pregnant by this married man. So I'm pretty sure she have a lot of trust in you. So I just say you need to definitely be there to comfort her. She's carrying a child, so it definitely needs to be as less stress as possible. I know that she's already going through, this crazy time right now because she was in hopes of being with this man. Now he turned around and said that he's going to stay with his wife, and now she got this baby. So I just say stay there. I mean, be there for her whenever she called. I'm gonna pass it over to Victor. I have more to say, but I'll let him go.
So I'm gonna take the married part out of my initial statement.
Mhm.
Right now, it seems that the guy doesn't want to step up and own up to his responsibility. So I want to focus on that for just like a brief second. I can't beat up on the girl because you can't help who you love, whether they married or not. I mean,
Mm,
they both no one was raped. So let's just, regardless of what she was told,
mhm,
they both laid down with each other and they conceived a child. So I basically want to say my initial statement is, ma'am, do everything you can to protect your child and make sure your child has the best situation growing up. I'm glad and I pray that you have a healthy baby, and I also am glad that you did not abort this child. I am pro-life, so um, like I said, I'm taking the marriage thing off the table. Um, ma'am, look out what's best for you and your child, please. And I'm gonna go to Fatima.
All right. So you both said a lot. I'm just gonna. So let's get past the holier than thou. So the holier than thou situation is a lot of people like, and I like the way she said, "Don't judge because we all make mistakes or make bad decisions." Okay. The holier than thou is how you live your life. You try not to get yourself into these kind of situations because it seems like it's going left and it can go back right or vice versa.
mhm,
Excuse me. But forget the holier than thou now. Let's talk about reality. So if this young lady watches the show and her cousin hopefully is watching the show that wrote the letter, at the end of the day, Victor, you summed it up. Veronica, you summed it up, that you both say be there, support this, that, and the other. So to the sister, she's not eating, she's emotionally drained, and somebody put in the chat that she got to eat because she has to nurture herself, and by nurturing herself she feeds the baby through her placenta, so she has to eat. And she feels at the end of the day she was lied to or whatever. Victor's right. You can't help who you fall in love with. You can't at the end of the day. My mom's, again, I can't tell you the history. And I don't, it's not my story, but my mom's fell in love with a married man. My brother's father was a married man. And when I came in the picture, who the hell am I? That's two grown people making their decision. However, we did not love him less. That was my brother, and that's the bottom line. Um, it's not much to say. Is that what can you do because you feel like you created this mess? I'm going to go a little beyond Victor in the system. I'm sorry to drag this on, but I would confront this brother and tell him, "Yo, bro, you have a right to go back to your wife. That's fine. You do. You have that choice. You didn't divorce her. You told this girl, you sold this girl a bag of goods. Got it. But be a man and have a conversation with this young lady. Communicate with her. She feels out there by herself. She didn't do this by herself. She can honestly search your ass down and blow your crap up. She could show up at your house. She could do so many negative things that she will look like she's the bad person, but you are the bad person too, because you both did this, and you should own up to this. Now, maybe you scared to tell your wife, Maybe your situation wasn't as bad as you said because you just want to get the drawers. Well, the bottom line is you still need to step up, bro, because this girl can make your life a living hell. She could put you on child support. She can do a lot. So I think, to the young lady who wrote the letter, I think you need to somehow get in touch with this brother, not lambast him, not talking down to him. Just say, yo, bro, step up, communicate with this young lady. You don't have to get back with her, but just communicate with her and help him, encourage her to do the right thing. And he needs to step up and do the right thing. And he needs to tell his wife. I know a lot of people say, nah, don't tell your wife. I'm not bringing no child in here. And it's the hardest thing to do, but I'm not bringing no child in here without supporting that woman, even if I'm not with her. It may tear up my marriage, then I not so be it. But that's what you did. You laid down, you exhale in it. Now you got to live with it, bro. And if you ain't gonna stand up, then you get all the negative titles as you should get as a man. That's what I got to say.
See, this is why we have to be so careful when these men, come out, whether it's a married man or a single man, not a single man, a man that's in a relationship or whatever, and they be like, oh, well, I'm getting ready to leave, or she's just a friend, or I'm getting a divorce, or things ain't right at home. Shut the F up. Because if you ain't gonna leave, don't waste my time.
Then don't give me the pussy.
Oh, God. Ooh. Bing, 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 bing. John, you stupid, John.
Tammy says, just make sure he takes care of the baby financially at least 18 years.
Oh, John, you stupid.
I didn't curse. I said, shut the F up. He's showing her what type of dude he is. So hey, Cheryl, he's showing her what type of dude he is. So she should just go about her business. Live your best life with your baby girl. I'm just saying, gotta be careful, because there's a lot of people that be running game out here about what they ain't gonna do, who they ain't with, what.
So don't be so quick to give it up. I mean, you got to do your background check, when you meet somebody. And I know the cousin, the lady that wrote the letter, wants to take responsibility, but ma'am, this is not on you. Unless you unless you made them have sex with no protection, ma'am, it's not on you. Them two people made a choice, and hopefully something beautiful comes from that choice. They may not ever be together, but at the very least, he needs to be there financially for his child.
Mm-hmm. And Victor, we joke about this, and again, this is each your own. But I learned at a very young age, when you step out there, no matter you single, relationship, however you rolling, I never put a responsibility on a woman. I don't want to hear I'm on birth control, I'm on this kind of situation. I always took control of my own self, because at the end of the day, once you get that climax and then you exhale, then you wonder, yo, I done went in. Is she pregnant? Did I catch something? And I didn't want them headaches. I did not want them headaches. Right now, my cousins stay on me because I still can have children. I got 2 grown daughters, 30 and 27. So I don't want no other children, but I can pop somebody pregnant. So at the end of the day, I'm not leaving it on no other young lady if I'm being intimate. I don't have my cycle no more. I'm not believing that. I'm not. Because once you and you know that, listen, I'm good unless that thing pop. Take control of yourself. See, that's what I'm saying. I'm getting on both of them, but the guy, that was irresponsible. But I understand, you get caught up in the heat of the moment and you don't want to put nothing on. But now you don't want to respond. You don't want to respond at all. I call him a punk ass. I had to say it. I blame both of them, but she got pregnant and she didn't make that baby by herself. And He told her, listen, I'm getting a divorce from my wife. So she
Stop
just
blaming
going
him.
on what he said. So I gotta put a little bit more blame on his ass because I know the
Exactly.
game. I know the
Right.
game. But I know the game. So dude,
Exactly.
step up, man, because it's not easy. It's not easy. I understand. I've been in situations that it's not easy. But when we lay down and don't handle it in a more responsible way, we know better, man. We know better if our situation ain't what do we want to go in that direction.
And what I'm gonna pull up what Jason says. What Vic says should be heard across the world. Stop laying down with everybody without really knowing them first. Learn to control your box and jack won't keep popping out the box. Well, you know what? If y'all stop telling lies about you're leaving somebody or whatever, then you get people who's feeling. It just goes both ways. This is the blame on the women and the men. We have to learn to grow up. And yes, we do have to learn not to believe everything that someone tells us. You say you leaving your wife. Show me the paperwork. Show me your separation paper.
I ain't got to show you none of that. Ain't
Where
none
your
of your
paperwork?
business.
I'm saying, instead of believing someone, and yes, it is my business. If you're telling me you're leaving, then give me proof that you're leaving. Don't just lead me on and talk about what you're going to do. You taking trips to see me and all this mess. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but you
Yeah.
can reconcile. Like I live on my own, so I could say I'm single. But if I choose to reconcile and I done pop somebody up pregnant, I still have the choice to reconcile at the end of the day. So that's why I'm saying I hear what you're saying, Veronica. It comes a little bit of responsibility on her end too, and I agree. But it's on both, so we can blame both. But a lot of people, like Victor said, they ain't gonna be showing you all that. You just gotta make choices that are a little bit better than mixing yourself up with somebody that's in a relationship, just trying to get out of a relationship but still connected. That's not a good choice. Now I'm getting the holy and endowed because we make bad choices at the end of the day. I'm not gonna say mistakes, but we make bad choices. And like me and I complain that I meet a lot of single young women, but that don't mean I have to be responsible and get some 30-year-old woman pregnant because I'm not meeting someone more my age, or you know what I'm saying? It comes down to your responsibility. You got to know yourself and you got to take responsibility for yourself because that sexual energy is a very strong desire. And it's hard to turn that down. So you got to know what and what not to try to get into. And if you wind up there, protect yourself. She could have protected herself too. She could have made him put on something too.
So Natasha says proof doesn't mean anything. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Show me some paperwork. Proof means a lot. And not even talking about this situation. You show me proof of anything that does mean something.
So you never had sex with your ex? Any ex?
Ex.
Any ex?
Yeah, I have.
I have.
I have.
I mean,
what that got to do with this? Where you getting at?
So what basically is what Fatim is saying. Just because we broke up don't mean I won't spin the block again. Mm-hmm. We could reconcile.
I was talking about proof though, but go ahead, make your point.
Well, see, the thing is that you want proof, but you haven't earned any of that. You think I'm gonna tell you in the first month? You talking about? Let me see your paperwork where you and your wife got divorced. Ma'am, you are not that important.
I didn't say I must be important. You trying to holler at me? I didn't say I earned it.
But
if you're telling me that you want to be with me and that you're leaving your wife, then show me proof. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
What kind of proof would you like to see?
Separation papers.
That don't mean we still ain't having sex. That don't mean we still ain't.
But that's proof. You said what kind of proof do I need? The proof of the separation papers.
People get separation papers still?
Yes.
People just break up and then get divorced down the line. I don't know about them separation papers.
I'll tell you this. You can sit here and ask for separation papers. They can show you the separation papers, and he's still knocking it out the box. That don't mean nothing. Paperwork don't mean nothing.
Talking about proof. Of course, that don't mean anything. Anybody can show anything and still be doing the opposite of what they're telling you, what they're showing you. I'm just saying that was one example that I was making to show me proof. Since you're talking about
proof, the proof should have been that they taking trips together. That should have proved to you right there that him and his wife ain't like that. I
People
don't.
think,
I've always watched some married guys that can take these trips,
yeah,
these
so
two
that's
and
not
3 day
proof.
trips, and I'm like, shit. Where y'all find these motherfuckers? I need 3 of them.
Hmm. Yeah, so that's not proof that he was going out of town to see her. That's just saying that his wife allowed that to happen. So that's not proof that they're not together.
That's why you get to know somebody. And even though she, you know, like I said, the young lady, the older cousin, and she's taking some blame for this at the end of the day, because now she feels bad because of the circumstance at the end of the day. And I think everybody learns from this. The problem now is that you're learning from this from a child coming in to the situation. But to the young cousin that is looking at this, if you are looking at this, sister, you may feel bad. You got lied to, but you have to live your life. It is so many other women out there that are bringing up their children by themselves at the particular time. That don't mean you will totally be by yourself. Because Veronica, there's another thing that's here. A lot of women, not all women, feel that once they have a child, it's harder to get into a relationship. And some people, yeah, some people maybe no. But you have to live your life. You got to live your life for yourself and for your child. Because when you see that child come in here, and when you see her or him smile, and you doing your job and making that child happy, you brought a life in here. God may have had a plan for you that may not be that perfect plan. A lot of people in the Bible are not perfect. Those prophets are not perfect. Noah was a drunkard. A lot of those prophets are not perfect. So at the end of the day, we make bad choices, but that don't mean we gotta stay in them and lie and wallow in them. You pick yourself up, my sister. You start eating. You start preparing, because the energy you giving this baby in your womb, that energy that child can feel as that child is developing. Change that energy, make that positive energy. Look forward to having this child. Do things for this child. Do things for yourself, and move forward, my sister. Even as hard as it gets.
Women that's pregnant can get in relationships because hell, them the best ones. Because I know I can't get you pregnant. So why not take a shot? Why not take a shot for 6, 7, 8 months, fellas, and then politely exit stage left? I'm just saying it can happen.
So
That
Tyrone,
ain't, I wouldn't give her that advice. I just go about
No, I'm
yourself
saying
right now.
pregnant women can have a successful relationship,
Oh, they
and
can. Yeah, no, yeah, they can. They
wait,
can.
what?
They can. He's basically saying you could be pregnant, still
oh,
meet
you ain't never
somebody
seen
that's
it,
not the
bro?
father. Yeah, I mean, I've seen that too, but I just don't think that's not where her psyche is at right now. So that can work for some people. Her psyche's not there because she's not eating properly. She has her good moments and her bad moments. She got to learn to concentrate on herself and that baby, one thing at a time. Give birth to a healthy baby. Get yourself together. Prepare for this child and live your life.
Sydney Shaw.
So Tyrone says you can't say she ain't important, but you trying to slide up in it. Exactly. Jason says you waiting on paperwork is almost like you waiting in line for him to be available. Find someone who's all the way available. Stop sharing. Well, a lot of people are sharing, don't even know they're sharing. They're in relationships, they're in marriages and sharing and don't even know they're sharing. So
That's right.
But that comment doesn't apply to them though. What he's saying is find you somebody who's 100% available.
they
Now
can say they 100% available, but do we really know that?
that still doesn't apply. What he's
Oh,
saying
so you
is
want to go that route?
no, because I don't want you to twist it into what he's
You
saying.
twist everything that I say, but go ahead.
We can what if all day, but basically what
That's
he's
what we
saying
do.
is if this man is coming to you telling you he's getting out of the divorce, find you somebody else. That's basically what he's saying.
He's basically saying pick better choices. Pick better choices. Don't go
Yeah.
for somebody I'm getting out of my marriage. Don't go for that. Don't
Oh,
Nope.
fall
but
for that.
okay.
Don't fall for that. Don't fall for that. Yeah, all
Y'all
right.
never made
Well,
any bad
come.
choices. Y'all
Yeah,
never made
not
any bad choices. Is that what y'all saying?
no. What we're saying is that we putting some on her too. We're saying if you see this kind of circumstance here, when you hear that, you be like, nah, because I know it could go either way. And I don't know how much you're telling me the truth. That, bro, I'm a pass on this one. You get a divorce. You not with your baby. You not with your wife. She becomes your ex-wife. And if I'm available, you knock on my door. That's what we're saying.
No,
That's
call
where
me.
she could. Yeah. Now that's where she takes control of the narrative. She takes control of the narrative. That's what we're saying. Not blaming. Take control.
Okay. So, let me see.
You see Sydney's post?
Sydney.
Damn,
There's four.
foresight.
Yeah.
There's four sides to this story: the little cuz, big cuz, the man, and the truth. For all we know, he probably was 100 with her, and she chose to get pregnant, thinking he's going to be with her females, going to be with her. Females do crazy stuff like that. There's four sides to the story: little cuz, big cuz, the man, and the truth. Yes, for all we know, he probably was 100 with her, and she chose to get pregnant.
Mhm.
Yeah, he
Oh,
was. I mean, he told her. Well, he said that he was leaving, right?
so so
Thinking
what
he was
he's so what he's saying, Veronica, is that
Sydney.
she could, yeah, Sydney, that she basically could have tried to trap him too. Meaning that even though he said that, she went out there and wanted to get pregnant, because by getting pregnant, that was her ank and hook to hook him in and bring and be that definite. But now it backfired on her. If this is the scenario, that even though she got pregnant, now he's saying he's going back to his wife. Now her plan backfired. If that was on her, that's what he's just giving that point of view. And some women do that at the end of the day. They trap men. And I've been in circumstances like that, but I control the narrative. You know, they didn't ask for the condom. I brought my condom. You not trapping me. No. I'm
That's
not
why I get
paying
them
child
old.
support for 18 to 21 years on a child that I got to go through hell with this woman. Hell no.
That's why you got to get them old. You get them old. You get them old women. You can shoot the club up as much as you want.
Shoot it up, boy. Shoot it up. Bang, 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 bang.
You're right, Mr. Sammy. Some men will tell women anything to get what he wants.
Wait, Mr. Sammy. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's right. He's right.
Yeah, that's the truth. Some men will tell a woman anything to get what, and some women can tell men anything to get what they want to. But yeah, you men are the worst.
Yeah. Women ain't got to tell us. All they got to do is spread the V, and that's it. That's their talking.
The why.
The Y. I said the V.
Everybody eats at the why.
That's right. Hey,
It's really a V.
this is the truth. She
Well,
did
no,
not.
it's a why because her body.
Okay.
She did not lay down by herself. He was all in. He needs to take responsibility. Absolutely.
We said that.
Yeah,
We said that.
we on him. I'm
Yeah.
on her side.
Yeah, we on her side, but you know, we cannot not look at it from a perspective that, yo, you know, you laying down, this man shooting hot so in you, and you getting pregnant, and you didn't. I don't care if he told you I'm leaving my wife. He didn't leave her yet, and now he's talking about reconciling or going back. He never left. So you have to take some of the blame, sis. And I got that. You take some of the blame, but you don't stay there. You got to live your life and live your life for yourself and that child.
So Cheryl says, ain't no way in 2023 women think the baby is going to keep him. That has not worked since 1923.
I'm not giving Cheryl no bell on it. It worked. Sometimes it does work. Sometimes it don't. But I hear what you're saying.
My question is was this baby a blessing or was this baby planned? I don't know, because I don't think the cousin worded that they meant to have a child together.
No, I think no.
So yeah, I'm not sure if Cheryl is alluding to the fact that she got pregnant.
No, she's alluding to, didn't someone, and Fatine, I think this is going back to what Sydney says. She's saying that ain't no way a woman trying to trap a man and thinking that's going to keep that baby. That child is going to keep that relationship. So that's going towards to that conversation that Sydney brought up and Fatim jumped on it.
Well, I feel like when the child's involved, the parents will at least probably give it another shot to see if it can work, and if it don't, then it is what it is. I'll say that.
You said
Wait a
give it
minute.
a shot.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Did you see what Natasha wrote in the chain?
In the chain. No, I can't
Yeah.
see that.
Okay. All right. So Natasha wrote, her or that side baby won't be in the obituary.
Hmm.
Marvin Tony says, only my real kids sitting on the front row. Jason comes back, says to Marvin, they got to ride in their own car. Jason said, better take a Uber. See, that's where,
Kids
see,
have nothing. That's
there you go. I ain't tolerating that because at the end of the day, them kids didn't ask to be here. That's why I always said, as a grown adult, if I went out there and laid with a woman outside of my marriage relationship and I create those children, them children are going to know one another. They're not going to be across town and don't know one another. I don't play that. That's my responsibility. And I learned that from another grown man that had kids from other relationships. And he told his wife, you can leave me or whatever, but my kids going to know them. And I believe in that. I don't believe in what y'all just said. They going to be together. Ain't no real kids because you stepped out and had another child. That's your child. And I don't deal with that. Sorry, I get a little hyper because the child didn't ask to be here. And
yeah.
I gave that. Yeah, and I just want to give this. I gave that example before. My father's ex-wife stepped out on my father, had a child on my father.
But
That
listen to the
child
names.
preached, but that
Listen to
child,
the names you just called.
huh?
Tasha, Marvin, Jason. So you know it's jokes involving it. Because
But
I
I'm
don't think
addressing.
neither one of them will be, if something was like that to happen, that they will leave a child behind. No.
But I'm addressing it from the perspective that even if
Yeah,
it's
I get
jokes,
it.
I'm addressing serious because
Yeah.
my mom's made my father deal with that other child, even though he wasn't the father. And I said that child preached my father's funeral.
Yeah.
So we didn't play that. I don't come from a family like that. So I'm not going hard at them. It's a good comment because there's some people that treat their outside kid because the wife was like,
Yeah.
you, that's your B and that's your bastard child. You ain't calling my child no bastard child. That's
But you
my
can't stop.
child.
But you can't stop her.
Oh, you ain't gonna disrespect my child like that.
But
Don't I
okay,
can't
if she
stop it.
does,
You then maybe it's time to go.
so
Those
you
are my
gotta
children,
understand.
dude.
You got to understand something. Once you die, you have no control over anything. So I went to a funeral where one of the kids was not even mentioned in the obituary. One of the kids was not welcomed to the house. And because I was a step removed from the situation, what could there's nothing that I could do. So stuff like this does happen.
Yeah.
But the person that was laying in the coffin, he couldn't do nothing about it.
That's why he should have done something about it when he was living.
You can't
And
stop nobody for how they feel, bro.
I ain't say that, but that you ain't gonna stop me how I treat my children. You not gonna stop how I treat my children, and they're going to know their siblings. See, that's what a real man is going to do, even though he stepped out. Whatever the circumstance was, not justifying him stepping out, but when he put his foot down, and if that woman say, you know what, I can't tolerate this, you stepped out, you broke your vows, I'm out, I got it. But as the man and as the father, he's saying, you with me or you not with me, wife? But I'm gonna tell you, all my children are gonna be with me. He can control that narrative. He can control that narrative.
He definitely can control that.
He can control that narrative. If the woman don't want to be there, she has the right to leave. I'm not blaming her, but he can control the narrative. Nobody gonna tell me that I can't take care of my kids and my kids can't know one another. You're right, Victor. That don't mean my wife or my woman has to be happy about it. She has a choice, but I'm taking responsibility of my kids.
So I'm gonna say this. I don't, because, not to get too personal, but until you have raised kids outside the house, it ain't as easy as you say that you think it is. It's not, because at any moment she can get up and move, and there ain't nothing you can do about that. So I'm not trying to what if, because like I said, we could what if all night long. But I get where you coming from. But you also got to understand, you if this woman has custody of this child, it's a bit different when you raising a child outside of the home. And I understand that you're probably not going to have any more kids, and I hope that doesn't happen unless you truly want one. But it's easier said than done. It's
I understand
very
what
easy
you're saying.
said than
I
done.
understand you could have a cooperative woman, or you could have a woman that's not cooperative in what you're saying. If a woman is cooperative, it makes it easier because a woman wouldn't pull, even if they want to move away. If they are responsible, they make sure that that father's in their life because they understand of both parents, and they're responsible people, even though they're not together or they decide or whatever. They understand that this is so important, and I'm not parenting by myself. And a lot of side women respect a man that may not be with them, but is willing to stand up and take care of that child and do what needs to be done.
Would you really call it a side? Because if he was leaving his wife, then she was the main.
Oh, I wasn't talking about this
Well,
situation.
Yeah,
I
I'm
was just,
she's a side. She's still a side.
she's still a side.
He's not divorced.
Yeah,
She's still a side.
she
Well,
is the
you
side.
realize there are some wives that are side chicks. I don't think y'all ready to talk about that.
No,
All right,
There
they
are
that's
some
true.
already
women
That's true.
didn't
That
I
is
that are
true.
say
not
didn't I
Good
say
married that
point.
are not the
did,
main.
didn't I
Yeah.
say a lot of people are in relationships and marriages, and because somebody made a comment earlier, I think that was Jason. And when I said that a lot of us are in relationships and marriages, and we are what's the word Jason used earlier?
Foolish?
No,
Oh,
sharing.
shit.
So that goes back to what you're saying. Yeah, sharing, and a lot of don't know that they are sharing.
Mm. You know, Faith had put a comment, but it looked like she removed the comment. I tried to respond, but basically she changed it. These comments are coming from adults, but now she said these comments from adults. Wow. What do you mean, Faith? I just want to know, what do
I
you
think she's
mean?
talking about the
Probably talking
jokes.
about, yeah, the women.
I think
Oh,
the
okay.
jokes.
I just asked. I don't know. I just asked. That's why I don't like to assume anything. I just asked. What did she mean?
Um,
Jason did say that she knew she was sharing, and you are sharing. And that's why I'm saying this responsibility. Everybody on this panel said this. Veronica started, Victor came, and I came. We both said the blame goes around. But the question from the older cousin to us, what advice do we have for the circumstance? And what we're saying is, since her little cousin is not eating and she's pregnant, so she has good and bad days, she got to get her out of that funk. And then the older cousin feels bad because she kind of created this mess, that she should somehow confront this guy. When I use confront, not confrontational, but just have a woman to man talk with him and just say, yo, this, dude, if you choose to go back with your wife, that's your choice. But I think you at least could be man enough to have a conversation with this young lady. If you choose not to, she'll be all right. We're going to support her. But I just think that, dude, she didn't make this baby by herself.
I feel, I don't think I'm gonna switch sides, but I'm riding with old girl. I'm on her side tonight.
Yeah, I'm on her side too.
I feel like the guy, and this is just my opinion, I feel like he knew what he could and couldn't get away with. Um, the cousin, I think her and the guy worked together.
yeah.
Ma'am, if you feel like you are responsible, even though I don't think you are, but if you feel like you are responsible for them meeting, and you feel like you regret that, then don't say nothing to this man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? The best thing I feel like you could do is be there for your cousin during this challenging time, and hopefully she could get up out of this funk and go back to eating the right way.
Right. I have a question for Victor and Veronica because I don't want to leave Veronica out. But it start with you, Victor, because you mentioned it, and then I, of course, let Veronica respond before I respond. What is your definition of a side chick? This is a two-part question.
A side chick?
What is a definition of a side chick? Because you said a wife could be a side chick. So what is your definition of a side chick? Because then the next question is, then how, once you put your definition out there, then how can a wife be a side chick?
So in my definition, a side chick is the second person I think about when it comes to people I'm having a relationship with. A side, to me, a side is you see me with this one, but I'm still sleeping with this one. That's my definition.
So how can the wife be the side chick?
Because I know men that are married, that I've seen them multiple times with this one, but I didn't even know he was married. And he ain't married to this one.
Got it.
And it's all about social settings. You got men that'll date women in a certain spot. I will say this. I won't say it, but just know that guys can meet up and at a spot and they'll have a girlfriend just for that spot. And they'll be hugged up, and it's understood that what you see here stays here.
Understand.
So, and if I only go to this place, then what I see is what I see. So,
Veronica?
I feel like a side chick, you said, is someone who is dating a married man. I would say that if you're seeing someone that's married, then I guess you will be considered the side chick. I don't know if I would say that you are a side chick if you're seeing someone who's dating someone else.
Okay. I mean, that's fine. This is not a trick question. I just want to get that. My definition as a side chick is that there's a main chick that you are home with or doing grocery shopping, this, that, and other, and the side chick can be the playmate, to play this, the one to do this, to do that. But when I look at it from a marriage point of view, where you have a wife at home and you have a playmate on the side chick is the one that really may know more than the wife, because she's going to know about the wife, but the wife may not know about her.
Yeah,
so the side chick is good.
They want to tell her everything. That's what
exactly.
They go to vent or whatever. Instead of venting at home to your wife or to your girlfriend, they want to go outside and vent their issues, their problems.
Right. But the side chick also has to realize that, God forbid, something happened to that dude, the side chick pretty much loses everything. That loses everything. Now, I haven't done this in a while because Veronica here stand up on her head like a lightning storm. But that's why I always push this before the narrative that if you want to play the game, play the damn game right. Be open about the damn thing so people know what's going on. So you know how to handle this. So the side person know that, look, wife is going to get everything unless you got the money that the wife is going to get the insurance, but you got a little trust that the side, because she's been loyal to, you got a little trust that she going to get to, and you handle your business. That's why I said, handle your responsibility. We're grown folks. We play games, but Veronica started the show when she came out and said, there's a lot of people that's dealing with sides and don't know. So that's the BS. Be straight up and be honest with it. Some people deal with it. Some of you be surprised that deal with it and deal with it in a more responsible way. Then you ain't gotta worry about catching something. You ain't gotta worry about this and that, because the bottom line is you know what's what. And do it on a responsible way.
So Mr. Sammy posted something, and I wanted to allude to this, but I swear me and him we've been on the same page a lot lately. So Marvin said, I want to respond to Marvin too, but Mr. Sammy says there are side men too. And I will tell you
Oh,
this, that is the most,
true.
Yeah.
that is the most glorious role that you can ever play. That is, oh my God, that is, it's great. If you ain't never been a side dude,
Mm.
oh my God, it is lovely. It is lovely.
What?
Especially if you the side dude for 2 or 3, it is lovely. It
Explain
is
it,
one of
Vic.
the most glorious, no responsibility, but you get all the benefits. That's
Well,
it.
I mean, then you thinking like a woman, because that's how they think when
I'm
they're,
not thinking like a woman, I'm thinking like a human.
well, Victor, we talking about male and female. So I'm just
What?
saying that is how women think when they're on the other side. Some women,
So
that's how
does
they
men.
think.
Men think that's what a gigolo is. That's all a gigolo was. He was a side dude that was decent at sex or whatever, and women was catering to him, but still going home to their man. That's the. It's the same.
Well, we're definitely not glorifying it.
Why? Why not?
Well,
Everybody's not meant to be married. It's some people. So
it's not about
understand.
being married. It's about respecting the person that you're with, whether you're in a relationship, girlfriend, boyfriend, or marriage. I'm saying it's about respect. There's so much shit. There's so much stuff out here. There's diseases out here and all kind of crap. But you prefer to sleep around with this person and that person and that person, even when you supposedly be in a relationship or a marriage and you love this person. So
So
so if you catch something and then you take it back to that person who you love, and God forbid something really happened to them.
so you want being a former side dude. You want me to respect a relationship that this woman's over here is disrespecting? That ain't none of my business. If you willingly come over here and drop them, it is what it is.
I'm saying if you are the, so Tyrone says, I wouldn't say a wife could be a side chick. I do think some hang on because they can't be on their own. On their own.
True. True. And then what about open relationships? Ozzie Davis and Ruby D had an open
That's
relationship for a
different.
long
They
time.
talked about that. They have an
But that's
open
what I'm saying.
relationship.
Why
Yeah,
do right,
that's fine. If
right,
if those two people come together and say that this is what it's going to be, we're going to see other people, we're going to sleep around with other people, then that's their choice.
right. And
Put
that's
And
all I'm
that's
saying.
something that they have to live with. And hopefully nothing will happen where they will regret that decision, because it's all fun and games. It feels good and all that stuff when you're, doing all this stuff that Victor say feels so good. But
Yeah.
when something really happened,
Yeah. Well, I just want to give a
so
quick I just want to give a quick shout out to Gail Sealeaf all the way from New York. I haven't seen you on here in a long time.
hey
And
Gail,
she's commented. Yep. Go ahead,
so
Vic.
put Marvin comment up there for a second.
which one?
Because this is what we talked about on the porch for a little
All
while.
jokes aside, or what?
Yes.
All jokes aside, raise your hand if you've never been a side chick.
No, back up. Back up one more. We
Today's
start.
society,
Yes.
today's society got you ashamed of being a side chick. Side chicks make the world really. You
So
want me to put that up?
yes, and the reason I want you to put that up is you got to understand we talked
Mhm.
about geishas. Remember, Fatine?
Now, yes,
We
we
talked
did.
about geishas.
Mhm.
And understand that that's real. That's
Okay.
real. Geishas are a real thing. Now, even though they call them that in Japan, but they are there because this man he can pretty much do that
Yeah. That's why prostitution is legal in a lot of other countries
in
besides
Japan.
America, Japan, and other countries. And you know why it's legal? Because they can regulate it, they can keep it healthy. You can keep it healthy so these women don't have diseases and things like that. We think so, I hate to say it sometimes, but we think so small that sometimes we think so freaking small, and we do the things that you profess that we shouldn't do, but you don't see how you think small, and that if you dealt with this straight up, it would be better. But we deal with crap in the dark. And because we do it in the dark, we think it doesn't come to light. We live these crazy lives, but you're scared to promote it because you feel like you're a heathen. Well, you're living a heathen life. You're a damn devil in sheep clothing.
Not the devil.
Shit, man, because I don't like that, man. We talk that crap. We talk that game. We talk all this, and then don't go and lay down and get fleas.
So Tyrone says, nah, a side chick is going to always be second fiddle no matter how much time she gets. The wife gets the benefits when Buddy casket drop.
Right. And like I said, Tyrone, I've known somebody that lived a polygamous life. Wife knew, side knew, and everybody was taken care of at the end because it was open and it was dealt with. And like Veronica said, it was dealt with in the open. I'm not naming names because the person's a popular person, but it was dealt with properly. And that's the reality to it. So it can be done if they choose to do that. I'm not promoting that. I'm just saying that we deal with so much stuff in the dark that we get so much chaos. Some of that stuff we do in the dark, if we dealt with this up in the light, we could have better relationships, a better movement. I'm telling you, a lot of relationships are going to hell. They're going to hell, and you can't find out. We do this show, and you know why we do this show? We talk about a lot of ratchet crap, and you're not improving on this ratchet crap. You understand what I'm saying? Because you don't come up with creative ideas, because you don't want to grab hold that maybe we need to change how we deal with relationships. Maybe this Western society of dealing with relationships ain't the only way to deal with relationships. Open your damn mind sometime.
Please put John's comment, his last comment.
You know, I can't wait till you take control of these comments. Yeah, where John at?
John at the very bottom. John, that is a very, very, very true comment. It said it's hard.
I don't see John's comment.
So John,
right here.
It's hard being in a relationship and single. Bruh, once you can figure out how to do that, you let me know.
It's hard being in a relationship and single.
We'll let y'all figure that one out.
Like you're in a relationship, but it's
you thinking too much into it. It's hard to be in a relationship and single.
There's a lot of good comments here, but I would let Veronica take control of these, unless you want me to.
Let's see. No responsibility, no pressure at all. Being a side dude, let that man guy handle all her. That man guy handle all of her responsibility.
And see, that's where being a side dude and a side woman differ, because as a side dude, I don't have to pay for anything. I don't think y'all realize that, because see, y'all got the game. Y'all, as a side chicks, y'all got the game screwed up. Side dudes, we really ain't want your time. We just need for you to come drop it off every now and then and keep it moving. I'm not investing too much into this. You are. You coming over here telling me how James ain't doing this and that, and I'm just looking at you like, yeah, all right.
I'm gonna go to Tyrone Edge comment. He said, I say, tell the truth up front. Secrets kill relationships. And then Jacqueline Moore came back and said, Fatine said it. And I keep saying this, but we don't address this. And I keep saying this on shows in the past. We don't address what I put out there, that we need to bring a lot of this crap from the dark. And we continue to go through this like a hamster wheel from generation after generation, and nothing gets better. Matter of fact, relationships and marriage is on the decline. So something needs to change. And I don't know. We don't discuss it. And we had to talk about this years ago on our radio show, that we need to reevaluate how we deal with people in relationships, because a lot of relationships, some relationships are just not working. So,
but why though?
Why? Because things have changed. The quote unquote, the way things in society, where the man is the breadwinner and the woman is the person at home taking care, that's changed. Women make more money than some men. What's the next thing? People are shacking more than they're getting married. So it's changed now. People get in relationships. They're not coming together and just getting married. People are having kids. Before it was like, well, before once I get married, I have a child. They put the child before the marriage now. And
So
sometimes it's the child and there's no marriage. So things have
so
changed.
why is marriage that should be the ultimate goal?
Why should marriage be the ultimate goal? That's how it's been put out in this Western society. That's how people want to quote unquote and say the Bible says that. That's
Well,
what they want to say that.
you saying that on the Western society, but on the Eastern society, it's more prevalent for them to get married versus us because they don't have all these problems.
They're more. You know why? Because I'll be honest with you. They live a more structural life, and some of them is not as materialistic as we are over here. We're driven by the dollar over here. Not to say that people are not businesslike, but we're driven by that materialistic thing. Versus where, if you look at in the East Side, they are more family oriented. And they really stick with those family structure things that are very important, key to that the success of that family.
So when you saying that, you're not speaking of the rich, because all rich people do shit like that.
Everybody does. Poor does crap.
So my thing is over here, I think people when they're growing up, they're always getting beat into their head, get married. But is that really a goal though? Is that really a goal? Do you really want to be? Because I met a chick a while ago. She wanted to become a doctor. She became a psychologist by the time she was 37. And she was like, well, I want to have some kids. And I'm like, well, you with the wrong one. But anyway, I told her, I was like, you feel like you missed something, but you achieved something that most haven't. Is you got your doctorate in psychology. But at the same time, if you want to get married, shit, everybody's getting married.
Well, a lot of things. One of the things that men on now at 2023 are looking at how the courts. And Victor, you talked about it. And if I was born and raised down here, the way that you say that the South Carolina court system work against men and child support, I would get married. Hell with that. You're not going to destroy and make me to the point that I work and bust my ass and I got $10 on my check coming home because I got 4 kids with you and I got to give certain. No. So a lot of men is just like, yo, no, I'm not doing that. I'm just not. And they're just not. And then a lot of people are just saying, and you talk about the rich. You look at a lot of people that are just getting divorced. A lot of people are just like, I'm not going through that. I just rather get together. If we're compatible, we're compatible. If we get down the line and we choose to get married after a certain amount of years, then that's what we'll do. But marriage is not the ultimate goal for some people. Some people it is. Veronica talks about this, and that's it. I'm not promoting it. I'm just being real. You have to ask yourself, why is marriage on the decline today? If marriage people are not getting married like they did 30, 25, 40 years ago. They're just not.
Why?
Because people don't want to be honest. Like there's a lot of people out
here
that there's a lot of, and that too, you have options. A lot of people want to play games. They don't want to be upfront. They don't want to,
and they don't want to feel trapped. People don't want to feel trapped because I told you all before, this one-on-one relationship, Veronica, that's why I applaud your parents, because they are people that love one another and they prosper. I don't want nobody up here to come at 15 where they may have an aunt, or uncle, or parents that have loved one another and been in a marriage for 50 plus years or whatever. That's beautiful. And I applaud that. But everybody's not compatible, and we get together on a lot of superficial reasons now. Before they courted one another, they got to know one another, and they respected the vows in the marriage. A lot of people don't feel like that is still the same thing. People don't look at that the same way no more. Right. Some people.
Yep. So I want to get to some of these comments. Okay. I'm looking right at Tyrone's, and he says open relationships are different than having side pieces. Side dude roles might seem glorious, but it can be the most endangering if you get caught. And that's the truth.
Keep right.
Keep playing with other people's
cat
wives and girlfriends.
I ain't playing with nothing. Driving down the street with no seatbelt on is just as dangerous. Anything could happen. I'm not All I'm saying is this: if two people come into an agreement and ain't nobody rights got violated, and everybody can still walk out the
We're
door
not
with their head
talking.
hung high, then
We're
what's the
not talking about
problem?
the people that came to an agreement. We're talking about people who's creeping around with someone else's
That's
wife
still an
or
agreement.
girlfriend.
That's still an
What?
agreement.
That's not an agreement for that wife to say, "Oh, it's okay if you go around." We're talking about someone that don't know that their significant other is out there messing around with someone else.
Y'all
That's
know
not
who
coming to
y'all.
an agreement.
I'll tell you this: you can't change nobody. If you met a man and he was a player, and you trying to reform him, then that's on you, fellas. If you met a woman in the club and she was dressed all skanky and she was twerking, and you think you gonna reform her, and some shit happened, that shit's on you. You got
What
to know
about
who you dealing with.
what about the ones that wasn't, Victor? What about the
But
ones that was, on their best behavior before before y'all say I do, or even when you said I do, are you getting with this person? Let's keep marriage out of it. You get with this person and they was like the best thing. And then 3 years in the relationship or whatever, they decide they want to step out and cheat.
I missed something because if we in a 3-year relationship and you step out and cheat, then I missed something. That shit was always in you. I don't think a cheater is made. I think that shit is always in you. I really do. I know
Mm.
so many people that don't realize that the person that they with or their husband is out here doing some old fuck boy shit. But you allow that man and you give him the opportunity to do that.
I
And
think
y'all be like, oh, he just hanging out with the boys. Yeah, all right.
I think you can drive someone to that point.
I'll leave first before I
Well,
cheat.
that's you. But yeah, a lot of people will just sit there and just be like, okay, well, since they're doing it, I'm gonna say, even though that's not their character, they'll step out of their character just to get back at that person, which doesn't
If
make
you
it right.
how can you do something like I don't see so I can do something that's not in me. Like I
You'll be
can't.
surprised.
No, I cannot. I cannot.
You can't, but there's a lot of people out here that will step out of their comfort zone just to say they pay someone back for doing it, for doing that to
So
them.
so that means that is in you to do that.
Not all the time.
Well, okay,
How,
if that's
bro?
what you
So
want to
you
call
mean
it.
to
It's
wait a
not all
minute?
the times. Veronica's right. Sometimes
Yeah.
you want to pay somebody back. It's not always in you. It's just that I'm going to be vindictive too. I'm going to pay
Right.
your ass back. That don't mean that's in you. It's
So
just that you got pushed to do something like
so
that.
you cheat on somebody. So if to pay somebody back, you gonna tell, hey, I paid you back last night.
Sometimes people do that, bro.
I mean, bro, we can sometime all day long.
Well,
Let's
that's what
let's
the show
stick
is about, right? That's what we do, Victor. Come on. We
let's stick
sometimes
to
we ifs
but
and
but if we gonna sometime it every day, then there's no point of even talking about nothing because we're gonna always sometime it.
well, you the one bringing up the subject about we go ahead with your comment. Go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, Victor, the wife cheats, right? And you find out about it and you going out tonight. I'm going out with the boys, but you ain't going out with the boys. You're going out with Susan. And you tight Susan up. Your wife called you, paid you, do whatever. You come home. I was out with the boys. I was out. You short. You send a message that, hey, you lied, but you got that monkey off your back. Now, do you throw it in the person's face? That's up to you. It's the person. It's just the person. I mean,
Bro, what's the
maybe
purpose
it
of getting
could.
somebody back if they don't know it? What's the purpose?
Because sometimes it brings, I give you this, I answer that because it brings sometimes satisfaction to you after you've been hurt and you've been loyal. You be like, well, how would this? I've been loyal. Why should I have been loyal? And I'm going to go out there. I'm going to scratch that itch too. And that was my payback. Even if I come home and put your dinner on the stove, a lot of women do that better than us men. See, we do it from an ego point of view. Sometimes women do it just to get back, dude. And they smile and have our dinner on the table, bro.
All I want to know is what's the purpose of me doing something that if I know you cheated, what's the purpose of me going to cheat if I ain't gonna tell you to your face?
Well, that's up to you. But some people don't look
I
to
just need to
say,
know the purpose. What's
The purpose, because I told you, you bring satisfaction to yourself sometimes because you was honest and loyal and you feel that was broken. So I'm going to do something, get me a little exhale out of it and get me a little pleasure and come on home. And I ain't got to tell you, but I've got satisfaction out of it. Do I have to get satisfaction and then I got to argue with you because I throw it back in your face? But I got the satisfaction.
Yeah.
So what? My satisfaction was to go get me some. My satisfaction was just to come put it in your face. I got me some. Kept on moving.
So Jason says females don't respect their box anymore. They just chase pleasure and they look for it in other people's man because of what they heard. That's why they be sharing.
Facts.
Marvin says most women have been a side chick. They don't get mad until they get in a relationship and another side chick mess with their home.
Big fact. That's the truest shit I read tonight.
Yeah.
Of course, because look who said it.
No, it's not look who said it because he's speaking the truth.
Most women have been a side chick. They don't get mad until they get in a relationship and another side chick mess with their man. Because a side chick isn't going to think about that when she's messing with the dude. She's not going to think about, that other woman, of how that other woman feel. Yeah, that's right. When a side chick does become the main chick and someone messes with her man or whatever, yeah, she's going to feel some type of way because now she is the main woman. And
she hit
it. That's exactly what he's saying.
She said what he read.
Wait a minute. What he's saying is that y'all didn't even know you was the side chick. That's what he's saying. Most women have been the side chick. You didn't even know you was.
Read it again.
That's not what he's saying. He's saying have been a side chick, but they don't get mad until they get in a relationship and another side chick mess with them. So they've been the side chick. They don't give a hoot about the main chick until they become the main chick, and then a side chick mess with them. That's what he's saying.
Right.
That's it.
I can get that. Okay, I stand corrected, and I was wrong. But I will tell you this: there's a lot of women out there that don't know they're the side chick.
Yeah, that's true. I said that's true.
Earlier. Yeah, and that's for a man too. A man don't know that he's the side dude.
I want to be the side dude.
You do, Victor.
Let me just tell y'all this. I got to be discreet on this, but I've seen women that played this game that respect it, meaning that they have been the side chick and they know the role of a side chick. So even if their man has a side chick, though, like Marvin said, and they don't want their man to have a side chick, if that man does have a side chick, they expect that side chick to respect them by playing their role because they know their role. My role is not to mess up your thing. I go back to the movie Ray when the side chick called the house. Oh. I remember in the movie theater, it's like, you don't do that. See, these women know that. They know what to do and not to do. If you're the side chick, you know the rules. So when you become the main woman, even though you don't want your man to have a side chick, if there is a side chick, they expect them to go by the rules. Because they don't want to know that you got a side chick. They want you to treat them like a queen. If you got that side chick, you make sure you keep that over there. And I hear this, and I don't want to stereotype, but this is a conversation I had up in New York with more Caribbean men, that a lot of Caribbean men have side chicks, and wives know this. But the wives say, don't bring that shit around me. Hey, don't bring that crap around me. They tolerate it because that's in their country. They come here. Some do it. Just don't bring that around me. If that's what you're going to do, just don't let it disrupt my household. And that's how they roll.
I know a lot of professional women that make good money that don't want a boyfriend. They want to be Miss Tuesday and Sunday.
They don't want the responsibility. Like you said, us men don't want. Some of us
their
don't.
choice.
Yeah, I'm talking about, there's a lot of powerful women that like, you just come knock it out twice a week and we call it even. It ain't no Valentine's getting sent. It ain't no Easter. It ain't none of that shit. But there's nothing wrong with that as well. And they'll continue to be on the side going into, this man could go into multiple relationships and she's still over here because she know her role. And it's dudes like that too. I salute them because, like my man says, sometimes that just makes you feel better.
Mhm.
Mr. Sammy says some men make sure if something happens to him that the side chick is taken care of.
That's
That's
true.
why. That's why I
That's true.
said. That's right.
That's
And
true.
that's responsible. That's responsible because if you
But
sharing that, go ahead.
but the thing is that that will can be contested.
No,
That's
no, 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 Vic. No, 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 no. What do you mean? What we're trying to say is that, like I said, I got an insurance policy with Veronica, right?
Mm.
But I got money. I got a little fund set up, and me and that side chick name. Something happened to me. That's her money. That's her money because it's in her name, and she got that. That's what he's saying. Let's take care of that side chick so they don't be left out in the cold. If they are there to support us and help us become who we are, just like because our wife is gonna get that.
put John comment up there, please, Veronica. And
Which one?
He gonna set it all straight, and I'll be done with the side dude, side chick shit.
All right, let's see what it is.
It's at the end. He says, Veronica, no,
Of course, he's calling my name. Go
he
ahead.
says, nah, man, no, he's a side dude. You keep trying to have the same rules for men and women, but sorry, not sorry. Men and women got different rules. A woman can't move as a man and still be respected like a woman. That's a damn fact.
So why are you calling me out? What did I say?
I was kept trying to tell you about how a side dude, and you kept saying, no, that's like a woman. And I was like, not really.
That was 30 minutes ago, so I know
What?
he ain't talking about that.
Yeah. Okay, he ain't talking about that.
I can deal with that comment. That's a true comment, but that's what society says. That, and we say that a lot of times, that the rule. That's why sometimes I hate when we keep saying a man do this and then a woman do this. Yeah, we do this, but the rules are different. We can go out there and sleep with 100 women. I'll put it real: 20 women, and y'all go out there and sleep with 5 men. Y'all consider a whore. We get pat on the back because that's what men is expected to do. The rules are different. The rules are deuce. The rules are different, and that's what society rules are different. That's it.
Too many. I didn't want no one with no damn 5 men.
What the hell?
That's a lot. That's too much for me. Damn, how she was raised? She must.
Oh, so we can like the cat, but she can't let the cucumber.
Right.
Oh, okay.
That's
Fine.
too many. 5.
That's
too
biased.
many.
Yeah. Okay. This is a sexual revolution. It's 2023. It's a sexual revolution. The way we like it, they like it too, bro.
I'm gonna tell you this. I don't care how many kids she got. She better tell me I'm the only one she ever been with.
That's a lie. That's a lie. You want to lie, huh?
I'm gonna believe it.
Okay.
So anyway, what kind of advice we got for this?
Yeah, we.
So Jacqueline says, so you live with someone for 20 years, something tragic happens, you have a carload of children, but you ask out no benefits.
That can happen.
Now, whoa, who fault is that?
The woman's.
That's right. Damn right. Damn right. Damn right. That's the woman's fault now.
Them boys had 2 and 3 families.
That's the woman's fault. If she gonna get a carload of kids, you ain't set up yourself and to protect yourself. That's your fault now. I don't care if it take 2 to make them. You don't get caught up there with no 10 kids and there's no commitment, or he's not doing, because you got to realize, even if you don't get married, there is certain things. I work on a job. I leave names as beneficiaries. I can do those things. So even if I'm not married, I still can leave things. So if something happens to me today, it is divided with my children, the significant other. You don't have to be married where you can't put that stuff out there. So that's the woman's fault on that one.
Yeah.
My brother said, I'm lying. Truck drivers don't have.
Who?
Michael.
What Mike say?
I said truck drivers be having 2 and 3 families. Like back in the day, he talking about I'm telling lies.
Mike said lies you tell. Tell him,
He
Mike.
the only one.
You ain't out there slanging.
He the only one ain't.
So Jacqueline says, so he don't. Is Jacqueline in the thread, or she's so he don't
No,
protect
she's
his
not.
family
She's
now?
not.
Really?
So my view on insurance, and I know we jumping all around. My view on insurance might be a little different from everybody else. I feel like if you want to be protected, then you need to pay for the policy, especially if it's on me. Now, until I carry a policy now, and the only beneficiary is my children, but I'm not married, and I'm not sure how South Carolina works when it comes to probate and being married. I don't know if the wife automatically gets this, that, and the other. I believe it's like that, but I'm not buying no insurance policy for my wife to get $500,000. If you want this 500 grand, you gonna pay the premium.
You so
That's me.
selfish. You so selfish. See, that's why his screen went. That's why his screen went out. See,
Yeah,
selfish.
my bad. Go ahead.
What do you mean? Why should she have to? Why should she have to pay for it? Why not say, okay, both of y'all pay for the insurance policy together? In that
On
case?
myself? Nah, cause I ain't gonna get nothing out the deal.
So you don't think she's gonna have you down as her
It's one
beneficiary?
policy. I said on myself. I'm not paying the premium on myself. I'm not doing it. If you want a $500,000 policy on me, you pay for it. I'll sign any paperwork you need. But when it comes to my kids, oh yeah, I'll pay that premium and leave something for them. But if my wife thinks she gonna just have me on Dateline, buried in the backyard so she could get there, and her and damn Mike Mills come rolling up in my yard, this little 18-wheeler slanging Peterborough, nigga.
Right, Jacqueline. But if you're gone, what do you want?
I'm not paying the pot. I'm saying I'm not paying the premium.
I mean, I understand what Victor's saying, and what I'm going to say is not true, but it just the optics don't look good. That if someone is paying the policy on you, hear people, well, that I killed them for the life insurance policy. If somebody else is paying that life, I mean, it can happen. People pay it on their kids; they can pay it on them, and it does kind of make sense that but the question, and you got to realize you could put a life insurance policy on anyone.
They got
You understand?
now.
Yeah, right. Yeah, well, look, fine.
Now they do. Now they do.
So if she decides that she wants a $500,000, and you should sign, because after a certain amount, you got to take certain health tests, risk, this, that, and the other. Mm-hmm. So, but I do understand what Victor said. The reason why I was quiet on it, because I never thought of that. I've never thought of that. And I'll be honest with you. I've heard, again, that some Jewish people, they take out high policies on their uncles, aunts, loved ones, because that's how they build that residual wealth, because they know that they're going to die. Black folks, we don't even plan. Oh, you ain't go? No, I ain't planning nothing. We do shit like asses sometimes. I hate the curse, but we do shit like asses. We don't want to plan. We do some. We don't do. We scared to plan. I know. Two of my cousins. They got their plot. They got this. They got everything laid out. They got everything. So if something happens to them, it's because we got to leave here. But I ain't gonna do that. She ain't gonna get all that money. I'm gone. She ain't gonna live up with no other man and this gone. Yo, you gone.
My pops paid for his funeral 5 years before he died.
There you go.
That's going back to what I say. Y'all trying to hold out on all this money and stuff and hiding it. I remember my great grandmother, like, they had money in the walls, in the floors. Like, you can't take this money with you. What?
Buy a hooker today.
I don't have a problem.
Enjoy life.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with people keeping their money home. I don't have a problem with that. I just think that hiding it and then your loved ones don't get it, that's just selfish. And at the end of the day, but I believe in having a certain amount of money at home, because you just never know. I mean, I've seen the blackouts happen and we couldn't get no money. I'm New York, we couldn't get no money. If you ain't had no money, we couldn't go to no ATM and get no money during an 18-hour blackout. Just couldn't do that. Couldn't go to the bank.
So the reason I always keep some money at home, because you never know when somebody gonna sell something hot and I need some cash right then and there. You know what I'm saying? That's the only reason I keep cash in the crib. Somebody come by, hey man, even though this shit's stolen, I got this lawnmower I want to sell for 400. Park it in the garage, bro. I got you. Cause I done missed the meat man done come through, and I done missed that shit. And I done told myself I'll never let that shit happen again. Man come through with a trunk full. This motherfucker had a trunk full of meat, and he had it wrapped up in with ice and shit, steaks and all. And my dumb ass ain't had but $30 on me. You know, never again. I buy that whole damn trunk. And I buy all the whores over here and we can eat. All of them.
For one, you lying because ain't nobody coming to your house, so cut it out. Better not be.
Well, you talking about meat. As we get closer to, when is it? August? Charlotte, I got a Beyonce ticket. That's all I'm gonna say. You know how to get to me. I got a Beyonce ticket, baby.
Hey, hit the bell. That's what your inbox gonna be sounding like. Yeah,
I got.
Oh,
I got.
thought you were saying you had me a Beyonce ticket for August.
Oh no, I'm sorry, baby.
Ain't nobody. Veronica, let me tell you something.
Got my Beyonce ticket right there, baby.
Veronica, I love you.
Somebody can pry it away from me.
Something. You can't go. You can't get my Beyonce ticket. I love you to death, but you can't get my Beyonce ticket. Hell no. You know how many women gonna do some strange shit over there for that Beyonce ticket? I'm gonna have to secure that damn ceiling fan, cuz.
I don't want it that bad. Listen.
Woo.
And who paying for these tickets? That's what I want to know.
Men.
And it wasn't like the internet and TikTok say it was this, that, and the other. I mean, it was a little bit more than what, but it wasn't crazy.
Oh.
It wasn't crazy.
So you really do have your ticket?
Yeah, I just showed you the ticket.
How many tickets did you buy?
Boy, I bought one. Wasn't buying two.
Oh, you giving your ticket?
I ain't giving nothing away. Either I'm going or I'll sell it. But that's all to it. I'll decide. If somebody makes it worth my while, then I'll sell it. If not, I'll be in Charlotte. That's all to it.
I ain't selling nothing.
Where the seats?
You gonna have to come over here and
sell me. I'm in section 127.
Oh, you got good seats.
I got good seats. Mm-hmm.
Got floor seats.
No, I didn't want floor seats. I'm in the next tier.
Oh, you getting some tail behind that.
He only got one ticket.
That don't matter.
That's what he.
That's stupid. Come on, bro.
Two tickets.
Got two.
Right.
Right. Don't worry about it.
That's when that menage a trois come in at.
He get that big that look. Woo.
So Marvin says, marry me for love, not benefits, and you will get all the benefits. Love me first, not love what I can do for you. Okay, he get a bell.
Can women really do that?
Yeah, they can. They can.
Really?
Yeah, because I've experienced that feeling. It is one of the. That's why I tell you I talk a good game, but if I had to compare, to be in the kind of relationship that I've been in the past, it's better than being single. When you got somebody that got your back and you got their back, it's wonderful, man. It's cool. And when you operate like hand in glove, and it's just beautiful. And it's a beautiful thing if it works, man. If it works, and you ain't got to put a lot of work into it to make it work. It's beautiful.
Yeah, but both of you have to want it to work.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. But that's why I just want to say this real quick, Victor, into the Veronica part. The compatibility between not just us, but our parents. Even though our parents didn't know one another, her parents and my parents had a similar background. They had that family foundation. So our upbringing was similar. So there was something more in common. And then even though we were different, we had a lot in common. And that worked.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Put Marvin comment back up there if you ain't scrolled off of it again, please.
Who
Marvin.
you said?
Marvin.
Oh, I can kind of see it. My computer.
The one I had up there?
marry me for love, marry me for love, not benefits, and you will get all the benefits. Love me and not love what I can do for you. So, um, I don't think that's possible. And
What?
the reason I say that is because once you meet somebody, and I can speak, I can speak for myself on this one. Once I meet someone and they we come together, then there's certain aspects of my life that they may see or assume that it's one way and it's really not. Um, I'ma just say that. I'ma just say that and leave it at that. It's hard to sometimes not show the benefits versus the love. Because sometimes the benefits outweigh the love. A lot of times the benefits outweigh the love. I'm gonna say that.
Hmm.
Um, I can't. I told me and Victor, and I told Victor that the other night that sometime I can disagree with him, but I don't disagree with what he says. I'm just saying that I've experienced where what Marvin said is more true, and I didn't see it backfire, but I can see it with some women I've been with. But I've also experienced what he said, that if you get me, you get all those benefits, and you're not marrying me for the benefits, uh, for the money and this, that, and the other. Is you marrying for what you're getting out of me, but you're gonna get all the benefits of a relationship, and you're gonna be also protected if something happens to me.
So for Tim, I'm gonna ask you something.
Yeah.
You know a lot of famous people, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I know you do. I know you do.
Mhm.
So if you in a relationship and every conversation that y'all have, she's bringing up, well, do you know this person? I sure would like to meet them, and I've listened to you sometimes, and some people talk about something like, oh, I know so and so, I know them from this way. Women hear shit like that, bro. You've got pictures with a lot of famous people that women would love to be introduced to. Bro, you was at the White House. How many women would have loved just to been on your arm that night, just to say, I was in the White House at this party. You took a picture with what's the light skinned guy? Envy. Took a picture with Envy, two light skinned cats. That was just too much light skinned shit going on. But basically
Breakfast
what I'm
Club.
saying is that there are women out there
Mhm.
that may want to be with you based on the benefits of your fucking contacts, bro.
Correct. That's true. And yeah, and
And how do
and
you how do you
decipher
factor that
that.
out?
Um, if it's somebody that's real sophisticated, then sometimes it's very hard. But that's why I roll to a lot of these things by myself, so I don't put myself in those circumstances. At the end of the day, I've known I was in a relationship where I ran into more gullible women, so I didn't have to deal with gullible, meaning women that would have loved, no matter if I was in a relationship, would love to tote with me or this, that, and the other. And at that relationship, if they were cool with the missus and she didn't go and she was cool with it, they could roll with me. But
I'm talking about now.
I,
Now.
how do I do it now? I mean, I just don't have someone. I just haven't had somebody with that gold digger mentality that approached me. So I haven't had that, and I, even though I put a lot on Facebook, I try not to throw that up when I meet new women, because then I feel like if I put all that out there, then I'm running the risk that they're not getting with me for who I am. They're getting with me because of what I do and what they can get out of that. So I try to choose better. I try to choose good character.
So Veronica, the question poses to you too. You have a lot of open doors. I know you know some famous people, but you can damn near walk into any place here and know 10,000 people. How do you um how do you distinguish a man that's not trying to use you as a come up to better his career or social status? Because you know a lot of people as well.
Yeah, and I think my main thing is I don't let a lot of people get close to me like that. Like I could have, and I'm not gonna go down that road. Let me try to stick with what you're asking me. Like I said, I don't let a lot of people get close to me like that as far as and I could be missing out on a lot of, great people. I could be missing out on my blessings as people as older people like to say. But I be very mindful of how I carry myself. And a lot of people know that I'm very humble, and I don't be out there showcasing myself like that. Like when it comes to radio and things like that. Like Fatina posts a lot of pictures. I don't get to meet, a lot of celebrities as, Fatina do. Like Fatina does, because he was in New York and got a chance to, to meet all these. So like celebrities don't come around to my particular radio station as much as they used to when I used to work back in the day. So I don't have the opportunity to take pictures, and I'm not that flashy girl. But like I said, I don't let a lot of people get close to me. So I don't know. And I guess because, I stay busy, and I just make time for who I want to make time for. So there could be some people out there that want to get close to me, because of who. But I don't know. I don't know. I think people look at my character and see that I am a very nice person, and they wouldn't do that to me, Victor. Are you staring at me? I hope I answer your question. Like I try to be
You didn't.
to
I
be
mean, you didn't.
I try to be careful with that, and I don't let any and everybody in my life like that. So I don't know. In my past relationships, I'm not going to say that they was with me because of who I am and who I know. No, I haven't met anyone like that as of yet. So, but yeah, I be careful with that. But question is, can go to you, because we know you're making 2 grand, 200 grand a year, and you talked about money a lot on this show. You have calmed down. You have calmed down a lot, but you used to talk about money and things that you can do, and taking these ladies out to dinner and paying $300 a plate. But like I said, you kind of got away from that. So how do you guard yourself from
Mm-hmm.
the wrong person coming at you
I leave.
because of money? Because your inbox used to be flooded.
Ooh.
I leave.
Ooh.
Are they still flooded?
No.
Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking a sabbatical right now.
Why?
20. I'm serious, man. I'm on this. hmm, I'm on a sabbatical right now. I done put old boy up for a little while.
Oh,
Oh,
So
you. Oh, okay.
listen, I ain't doing shit. I'm telling you that I need to get some shit together. But I'm right now, a relationship of any sort is not in my arsenal right now. I'm chilling.
oh, so we can go to the hood this weekend.
I mean, I'll go any place, but I'm not
Cause
doing anything.
you'll throw us away in a heartbeat. I got to get it in while I can.
I'm
So,
right, Mr. Sammy. That's exactly what I'm practicing.
what Mr. Sammy said.
Lent. That's exactly what we're doing.
Oh,
That's exactly what we're doing.
yes, Alicia, and that is correct. On the very ones that target the nice ones. Yep.
So this I've always, and I know we're coming up at the end, but people need to stop labeling themselves as nice
What?
and
Well,
I'm a
I do
good
feel like I'm
person.
nice. Until you push my buttons, and then it's like,
Then you're not nice.
here's Ronnie. Like,
I've always been a fan of saying I can't accurately describe myself. That's for somebody else to do, because we all deal with people differently. My
well,
relationship with y'all versus my relationship with somebody else is gonna be different.
Well, I feel like I'm a nice person. I feel like I give, a lot of people, chances or whatever to prove themselves to me. I mean, if I'm mean to you, like my son, I have a totally different tone when I talk to my son. Especially if we're talking about something serious and I'm trying to instill in him like things that I've went through when I was his age and coming up, and I'm trying to teach him, to be better than I was. Yeah, my tone, my son probably think I'm mean because my tone is different when I talk to him. When I joke with him, my tone is, a joking tone. But I do consider myself as a nice person, and people do take advantage of nice people. Let me
Mhm.
see what John says.
I want to say there's something to that. Go ahead, read that, and then I come behind you.
Okay, Veronica, I can't agree with you. I talk, I cut up, but getting close to me is damn near impossible because honestly, I don't trust. Like you have to be a special person to get close to me at this point in my life. Like you have to be like I'm thinking things are going somewhere or like I have a lot, and I'm talking about when it comes to a man. I'm not talking about females because I met some, and I met some awesome men at the gym as well. But I'm saying as far as that type of relationship, that type. Go ahead, Fatine.
All right, so Victor, you helped me with something tonight, and Veronica, you nailed it for me because I asked the person, I doubt if they're watching this, but I don't want to give this away because I need to have a further conversation with the person. But I hear what Victor says, and I understand what Veronica says because we tend to judge ourselves from a certain perspective. Victor's saying that, you know, to me, it's more of the action. Let our action judge who we are and let other people see that action and then judge us. I got that. But now I broke it down as I was thinking, as y'all both were talking. I'm going to use a different word. A good dude versus a bad dude. I use the word conscious. If I have a conscience, I'm concerned. I'm concerned about hurting your feelings. I'm concerned. You always hear that the good guy loses out on the girl and the bad guy gets the girl. And but the girls always talk about they want a good man, but they fall for the bad boy. And I always asked that because I always had the conscience. So I lost out on a lot of women because I just didn't go for the panties. I didn't, I try to be the nice guy, the quote unquote guy with the conscience. And I lost out on a lot. But I decided not to change who I was. So I understand what Victor's saying and I understand what you're saying. So I just use the word conscious because if I have a conscience, then I'm concerned. I've seen a lot of men that don't have a conscience. They don't give a damn. They know what they want. They go after it. If they get turned down, they get turned down. They move on to the next one. Rejection is not a problem with them because it's part of what they're doing. A lot of us that are conscious of how we treat people, we don't want people to judge us in a negative way. So we have a conscience. So we fool around at the end of the day, even though we may want the same thing as the bad boy because of our conscience. So I just realized that, I'm going to use that a little bit more instead of good versus bad, good or bad, but it's a conscious.
So I really want to, I really want to do something. I want to have, me and John got to have a conversation about trust. Me and Marv, me and Fatine, just men, and we don't have to be videoed doing it. But what John said, it hit close to home because I feel the same way. And women, the women that have been close to me don't understand when I tell you, I don't trust anybody. I only trust you to be yourself. Trust is earned. I don't start meeting somebody and 100% trust you. To me, that's fucking stupid. I'm not going to trust. If I 100% trust you, that means when we first meet, hey, man, can you go pick my kids up? Trust is earned. I have to see little things in order for that trust to be built. But there are women out there that once I say I don't trust you, they don't listen to anything that I say after that. And I really don't give a damn. But at the same time, I would like for you to know why I said what I said. So if a woman asks me, do you trust me? I'm gonna tell her, no, I don't, because I don't know what you do. Hell, I barely trust myself, let
I
alone
damn sure
another
don't
human
trust
being. Huh?
you. I just don't trust you. But
See
go
what
ahead.
Victor said? Victor said, "I don't hardly trust myself." That's how how you look at other people. If you trust yourself, you'll be a little bit more trustworthy. If you're a nice person, a good person, give people the benefit of the doubt, you're going to do that. But Victor is right. You need to earn people's trust, but we don't want to hurt people's feelings when they present themselves as good. We don't know you. I mean, you may be the most trustworthy person, but we don't know you. And trust is earned. Yes, trust is earned. But a lot of times, Victor and Veronica, when we meet people, we try to meet them with that clean slate. You know, that clean slate.
Until you do something to me. Yeah.
Right. So we give you the benefit of the doubt. So instead, so a lot of us start at 100 and then it can fall. Victor is saying, no, it's starting at the ground floor and you're going to have to rise to the penthouse for me to give you your trust. So some of us start at the penthouse and then let you F up. Victor says, no,
Yeah.
you're going to start here and you're going to earn it.
You
That makes
got to
sense,
earn
Victor.
it.
That makes sense. Bro, I can't knock it.
Mm-hmm.
And I get on women. I remember the first time I met Veronica and we was at the doggone uh building, and I'm like, and then Tawan left and Veronica was just running around here doing this. And I'm like, you don't remember me telling you, like, you really sitting up here with me and it's dark outside and we in this building? And she was just like, oh, it's nothing. And I'm like, I could be I mean, not to put it, I could be a rapist. And you just in this dark building, like it. I was looking at the shit like, oh my God, this woman really just.
But that's what she is. You until you blemish her trust, she's gonna trust you. We
But I'm
start at the
saying,
penthouse. Yeah.
I couldn't fathom this is a woman first time meeting me, and we in this building by ourselves. And I'm like,
I don't think I would. I don't think I would try that now. I'm telling you, Veronica has grown a lot, and I mean, just life itself, just a few years. Veronica has grown. Now, I don't think me personally, I wouldn't want someone to leave me with a stranger. Looking
now,
at it now, yeah. I'd be scared to go into the building by myself in the mornings at the radio station. I'm like, I'm sitting in this car until somebody else pull up. Like,
and how long you been there? But you was quick to run in the building. When I was like, what the hell is wrong with this woman?
Yeah. Could I read Cheryl's comment real quick? Because I know it's our time. She states that that's why relationships are not working because women don't trust men and men don't trust women. Good point, Cheryl. So the question is to our panel, real quick, why don't we trust one another?
Because of other people.
Or to the point we've been let down. We've been let down by women. And women have been let down by men, so you have to earn that trust. And sometimes we just don't even. The bottom line is we've been hurt so much to the point we don't even give you the benefit of the doubt. I'm not trusting you because you're fallible. You're human.
well, and I say this a lot, and I get it. I get that you all don't trust, certain people, whatever, when someone new comes into your life. But how are you going to ever open up to that person if you don't give that person a chance? How are you going to?
Oh, you're going to get the chance because eventually you're going to break down. You're going to break down the wall. Eventually, over time, when I see the trustworthy acts and I see the acts of kindness and gratitude, I tell you this: the most sexiest thing a woman can ever say is "I apologize." You tell me you apologize for some shit you did, and you make me think that you really, truly, sincerely mean that. Then I start trusting you because you are basically telling me that you could made a mistake and you own up to that shit. A woman who can sit here and tell me, "Oh, I told you I apologize." I can't trust you because I know you'll lie to me.
What about somebody that apologized and they know they wasn't the one at fault, but they apologized just to break the ice between y'all two?
I don't like that. You used to talk about that on the show, and I didn't agree with you. because you just want to get it going again. And I didn't agree with that. If you wasn't wrong, why are you apologizing?
Because I don't want to go to bed mad. I
Okay.
don't want us to have like I'm so
Then
beyond
what do they
that.
learn out of that if they were wrong?
But let me say, I'm so beyond that. Then I'm telling you, like back in the day, I could care less if you walk by me in the house and not say anything. But I just feel now because life is so important and life is so short. Even if I feel like now, if you do something really crazy to me, I mean, I have to really rethink apologizing first. But I'm just saying, like, if it's just something small and something we both can get over, I will be the bigger person and apologize first. So that
I
will
will.
scare you. Go ahead, Victor.
I've dated. I've dated someone, and I've told her, I apologize for the way you feel, but not what I said. I
Mm.
can't help how you took what I said. I may apologize and say, I apologize that you upset and you sitting in the corner crying, but I meant every fucking word I said.
But why you got to say all that though? Why you just can't say you apologize without saying, "Oh, well, I meant what
Because
I said."
because I want you to understand that what I said, I'm gonna stand on that. I just hate that you took it the way you took it. You got to understand something. Like, I get what Fatima is saying. Don't give me no fake ass apology. Let me know, or just let me believe it. But for a woman to truly apologize,
Yeah,
I
that's what I'm
feel
talking.
like y'all don't do that, huh?
No, that's what I'm talking about. Truly apologize. I'm not talking about. I'm saying I apologize just to shut you up, or just to make you feel. No, I'm apologizing because I really mean it, and I really want us to go forward from what we're going through. Like let's squash that. Let's move on. It's a new day in the morning. Let's go with it. That's
Now,
the apology I'm talking about.
in the heat of the moment, we can all sit back and we've all said things that we meant, but it might not have came out the way we wanted it to come out.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, the message is still the message. I'm just apologizing on how I said it or how it made you feel.
Mm.
I got one of Victor. I'm doing one of your books. Veronica gonna throw something at me, but I thought one of your thoughts, Victor, and I see why you sometimes you bring it up. Sometimes you mad, and then you wake up in the morning, you have sex, and that breaks the ice. And
Facts.
I and I
Why are
and
you Victor don't
I,
have sex in the morning? Go ahead.
yeah, but the point I'm making is you probably say, well, where did I get that from? And I thought about where I would rather break the ice like that versus it's some superficial BS. You apologizing just to move on. No, 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 because if you continue to do that, it's like you become a doormat for somebody.
So,
I
well,
rather I
I mean,
rather break the ice through. I'm just saying it does not. I'm just using the sex as an example because sometimes the sex breaks the ice, and then the person that was wrong, wants to have the continue the conversation. Say, babe, we starting off this morning. I looked back at it last night. I was wrong. I don't want you to come to me if you wasn't wrong to apologize because sometimes that'll just make me madder.
but sometimes you have to, 15. Sometimes you have to be the bigger person. And I mean, say God
You can
forbid
be the bigger
something,
person.
say God forbid something happened and one of you gone just like that. That's gonna be on your conscience that y'all was mad over something petty, something simple that you could have just apologized for and moved on. That is how I'm looking at
So
life
if you apologize for something that we were arguing about and I was wrong, and God forbid something happened to you, I'm still gonna feel bad because I was wrong. But you apologize.
Wait,
So I'm not gonna feel better.
so
I'm just
I want to ask you this,
you're making
Fatine.
it complicated.
Mm.
Is there, and I hate when people say right or wrong, but from your perspective and her
Yes,
perspective, they may be different and you both can be right at the same time. Like,
Yeah.
that's true.
I've had a conversation with
That's true.
someone,
That's
and
true.
from the way I was looking at it and the way she was looking at it,
Y'all
we
both were
both were
right.
right.
Yeah. It's perspectives. Glass half
Yeah.
full, glass half empty. Same thing.
So can you please put John, if I said it, I meant it. If I said it, I meant it. How you take it is on you. Your ass take it, that's on your ass. I can't tell a woman the truth and cater to her feelings or how
On
she
how?
feels about it. Now, a woman will read that and say John is a complete ass or whatever. But what he's saying is it's 100% facts. That's straight and to the point. How you take it is how you take it. I can't cater to your feelings all the time when mine is up for grabs as well. My feelings hurt too. So you want me to relay to you why my feelings is hurt and still spare your feelings.
Right, because you apologize. No, it don't work like that all the time.
And John's next comment,
Yep. And that is the
please.
truth. If you're talking about this one, that's not
I
an
don't agree with
apology.
you, John.
Right.
That is
So
not an
John,
apology.
I brought that up, and I didn't say it was an apology. I said it
And
could
then we're
break
going
the
to back it up.
ice. Yeah,
Go ahead, Fatima.
I, I said, John, and you're right. Poussey is not an apology. I said it can break the ice. I've been mad, woke up in the morning, was intimate, and it broke the ice to cause us to have that conversation. And when I came home, nobody wanted to keep that cloud over us, and we just went on and we moved on. Sometimes it breaks the ice. Sometimes it don't break the ice.
If I go to bed, man, and I wake up and you got some bird in your mouth, I ain't bringing up that shit that happened yesterday.
What?
I don't give a shit what. As a matter of fact,
Told
you
you.
gonna get something at the job, bro. I might have to get on the internet
And get some
get
flowers.
some
Some flowers. Big one.
You might get all kind of shit.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? You wake up. That's the problem. Y'all women be wrong and don't want to wake up with no bird in your mouth. You wake up with some bird in your mouth, you guarantee I'm gonna leave you something on the dresser. And we ain't talking about no 40. You get something in.
That's so disrespectful.
Especially if I know that ain't disrespectful. Especially if I know you was wrong and you don't say nothing, you just do what you got to do, and then you just go to bed and you just let me lay in there with my soul floating up in the damn sky and shit. Listen, let me tell you something. I clean out my motherfucking bank account for that week, and you can have whatever the fuck you want. Ain't enough women out here waking up. Ain't enough women out here waking their man up with bird in their mouth. Do that, and you'll be okay.
You know what? On that note, guys, have a wonderful night. Thank
you.
you.
We release final thoughts.
Oh, final thoughts. Fatih, we'll start with you. I'll
take it from the bird in the mouth.
No.
On the serious side, I really gave her the advice. Talking to, it's like we giving advice to two women. We're not talking to just one. So the first one is to the little cuz, that sister, you got to take control of your narrative, girl. You can only control what you can control. You can't control that man. You created a life. So now you have to live your life and live your life for this child. So you got to pull yourself out this funk. I know it's emotionally tiresome and hard, but you have to realize that life goes on and you can do it. To the big cousin, you continue to support your little cousin, but if you can, don't break your ass, but if you can confront this brother and say, look, man, you have a right to go back to your life. I'm not beating you up, but you at least respectfully, that young lady didn't create that baby by herself. You should have a conversation with her, because at the end of the day, you going back with the wife. Let her know what you're going to do and how you're going to do it. Because like I said, I don't know the circumstance, but that woman can make that man's life a living hell. If that man steps up to you, young lady, and is willing to do financially and do more with that child, then treat him with the respect. He treats you with that respect, and things will not be hopefully that bad, and y'all can co-parent and go on. If you can't, you still got to live your life.
Because thank you for writing in the letter. I hope you don't meddle in this relationship, because you already feel like you are responsible for this predicament, and I feel like you're not. Two people came together and they made a child. Now you get a little cousin. To the little cousin, ma'am, please eat. You got another life that you have the rest of your life to take care of, and that child needs you. Hopefully, the father of the child can come to his senses and be a father to this child. Um, and if you did not want to be in this situation, you probably should have swallowed. So that's all I'm gonna say.
So it's what?
You know what?
Ain't nobody like no spitter.
I can't stand you. Anyway, I'm not gonna blame this woman. Like you both of you made some great comments, closing thoughts. I'm not gonna blame her for the situation that she's in because love causes us to make, and I'm gonna say us, causes us to make a lot of poor choices in life. And I feel like this man took her down, this love road. They've been doing things together, and he been saying what he's going to do for her, and he's not going to stay with the wife, and all this stuff. So she fell in love, and I say you just live life. We live this life every single day. And if we don't learn from the mistakes and the poor choices that we've made in this life, then how can we grow as a person? So I feel like, young lady, if you're watching, or even if Big Cuz is watching, just let her know that the choices that she made was the choices that she made at that time. No, it wasn't a good choice, but you felt like you wanted to be with this guy. You love this man, and but now you see. So you learn from your mistakes or your poor choices, however you want to call it. You learn from it and go and just live your life. Live your life. Be happy that God placed. Well, you have a child. You're with a child. So just make better choices from here on out, because this child didn't ask to come in this world or whatever. So eat properly, do the things you need to do to stay healthy, and just live your best life, as I think Cheryl said earlier on in the show. Do not let this one person destroy who you are. Do not let this one person bring the worst out of you, because this is a whole life out here to live. And I don't think I don't know if I want to use the Lord, but the Lord do not make any mistakes. So live this thing called life to the fullest. And on that note, and I probably talked around circles, but there's more I wanted to say, but I don't want to get in another 30 minutes. But live this thing called life. A lot of people, I shouldn't say us, but a lot of people are living in miserable lives right now, because they're thinking about the choices that they made in their past. They're thinking about the choices that they made last week. But we have to keep moving. We have to live this thing called life. I be talking about this on the radio. I promise you I do. And I be talking to myself a lot of times as well, when I say, we got to stop letting other people steal our joy. We have to live for us. So hopefully she will see this podcast, and do the right thing and live.
Could I say one more thing? I
Mhm.
think Veronica, what you said, you didn't ramble. You said one thing that I would talk off, down the road, but I think what Victor said was great. I want to read something that you said that you do on the radio, and I've might have done this before, and I'm just make this real quick. And just to the sister, remember I in my radio show in New York like this. Remember, one of the greatest tragedies in life is living life without a purpose. Without a purpose, life has no meaning, no significance, no hope. It's activity without direction, events without reason, just living pointless. And most of all, life becomes motion without any true meaning and direction. So live your life to the fullest, like Veronica say, a life of purpose and a life of meaning. I just wanted to leave that with that sister as an inspirational quote, because Veronica talks about that. She talks about that on the radio. And it's so ironic that me and Veronica met on this podcast. She talks about that on the radio. I end my show with that same type of saying, and I hope that she can pull from that.
Yes.
Well, can I say something to end to something that I always say too?
What you do, bro?
You should
Open
have
ignorant.
swallowed.
Thank y'all so much for watching tonight. We appreciate y'all every Tuesday for staying on with us as long as y'all do. No, we ain't helping. You know what? I can't, Victor. I can't stand you. I can't stand John. Like y'all get on my last nerves. But anyway, um, you know what? Can I say this one thing though? Like seriously, I love what this show has done since me bringing the show out in 2019. Like the show has grown so much, and we're in 2023, and I get it, Victor, like the conversation we had before the show. Like y'all get on my nerves, but I love the brotherhood that so many of y'all had, come together and it's a great thing. Like I met people from the show. Yeah, I met people like now, like who else was saying that they want to be a part of the conversation that y'all have when it comes to
Thomas.
Thomas. Like this show is bringing people together, and I love it. I would love to be on the fly on the wall when all of y'all get together and talk about trusting these women. Like, I know it's not going to happen, but I'm just saying, like, this show is doing big things. So, shout out to you, Brother Fatim, all the way for WBLS radio station. I appreciate you. I appreciate Victor Ain't Shit White. Appreciate y'all so much. Thank y'all. Thank you to all of you once again for tuning in to the show each and every week. We appreciate y'all. We have got to have another Tangy Tea get together so that we all can, like have a conversation in front of one another. So we're gonna have to work that out when it gets a little warmer outside, of course. And then the girls gonna have to get together, and we're gonna have to be messy like you men. So Patricia, Cheryl, Tasha, all of y'all get ready because we're gonna have a little bow wow. How you say it?
Pow wow.
Pow.
Bow wow.
That's
Woo.
exactly what y'all gonna be doing.
Bow
Bark.
wow.
Cause
Barking.
ain't nothing else
That's
gonna happen.
it. That's it.
We'll get together and have a little pow wow. All the women as well. We gotta work on that. But anywho, y'all have a great night. Have a fantastic rest of your week, a fantastic weekend. Be safe out there, and we will talk to you all.
I got it. Good. We going to Myrtle Beach. The women and the men, and then we'll meet up in the evening for dinner. We meet, but we going to Myrtle Beach.
I ain't coming.
Why not? That'll be
Have a
fun.
good night.
That would be fun. Yeah,
That would be fun.
we need a panel, Natasha. And you know what? We are gonna work that out as soon as we get our feet in the studio. The ladies, we're gonna have a night at the studio where we talking about things. But since I already said you guys, y'all can go first. Y'all can have the studio first. We're gonna work out a date on that, and then we're gonna come back that following week if everybody's available at that time, and then we're gonna sit around and we're gonna have a little power. Oh, it's getting ready to get good up in here. 2023, baby. Tangy T is out here. Yes. Have a great night, guys. Talk with y'all later.
Bonus noches.
Buenas noches.